Hey guys, it's Cindy over at paper.old.new. Thanks for coming by and spending some time with me. God bless you for being here, and I hope you don't think this is too much of a repeat kind of a deal. The first fabric making with my mess video, we made these, right? I did a little bit more stitching on this one. This piece right here started to come up, so I kind of went around it, and I did a little bit of stitching right there just because. Now, if you remember in that video, I said this would make a really cool, you could fold it like this and make a booklet, right? Well, I got looking at it and I was like, you know what? We could fold these ends in and then fold it and then make a booklet. Look at that, guys. How much fun is that? Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this booklet. First thing I want to do is I want to get a piece of paper, and we want it to be, let's measure it. That way I can just cut it. I want it to be about, please be something relatively, of course not. Why would you be something easy? Okay, we're going to cut it to 7.5. We might cut it to 8 and have it overlap. I don't know. And then I don't know how wide this strip is. This strip is 5 3/4. Okay, so let's find, this might be a good candidate, a paper to stick inside here. Okay, and that's what you're going to see. So we're going to do some testing. No, I don't like that one. All right, these came from up here in my, so maybe I can put them back as I go. We could do something like this. I don't actually think I like that. I don't. You know what? That's not going to work. All right, that's too much of a clash. Ooh, it'd be nice to use some of these scraps. I don't want to use this. This isn't the right colors. Also, I dyed these and splattered them and everything. So if it came right down to it, I could do that. That might be kind of fun. I might hold on to that. We might do that with that scrap. Okay, what about this in here? So it would be in here like this. And that's kind of cool. I don't hate that. All right. This is oh, this is that sheet. I think this is going to be too like swirly. Yeah, I don't like that. That's too many butterflies. What is that? Well, I'm just checking all my coffee dyed stuff here just to see if there's anything that I absolutely would love to have in there. Okay, I think we're getting into stuff that I know I'm not going to want in there. Wouldn't necessarily hate a piece of that in there. I don't know though. These are more paper. This is more card, but I mean, it could work. I kind of like that, guys. This is just the inside flap of my book. It's not like we can still put some of this in there as paper, but this is just the inside flap of the book. So I'm going to cut this. I need one of my big rulers. Hold on. All right. So what we're going to do, we're going to cut, first I'm going to cut this piece. I don't know what that patterning is on there, and I don't know if I want it. I can see some scalloping there. It might be kind of cool to have the ruler. So let's do this. We're going to put this down like this. And I'm going to trim the top of this because it's got a dark line on it that I don't want. So I'm just going to trim the dark line off, and then we'll still have at least part of the ruler. Let's get my cutter. All right, we said it was 5 3/4, right? There's a piece of me that just wants to make sure. Yeah, okay, 5 3/4 should work. So we're going to do it right here. It's right along that line. It's kind of funny. I guess I took a 1/4 inch off maybe. So it stuck me. So let's hope. Please fit. It fits. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this end off. I don't need the big ruler anymore. It's very cumbersome. I'm going to take this end off just to get rid of the burnt. I must have baked this in my oven. Okay, and then we want it to be, it's actually just under 8 or just under 7.5. 6. I'm going to cut it 8 and then we'll mark it and cut the excess off. That'll probably be the best way to do it. So we're going to do this. Okay. And then it sits right in here like this. I'm going to sit it right in there like that. On this end, it needs to be here, wouldn't you know it? Okay. So we're going to cut it off right there. Now, if it's a little short, it won't matter. It's going to be inside the pocket. So it's not like it's going to be that big of a deal if it's a little bit short. I just don't want anything to catch on it, and this will be all the way down at the base of the pocket. So it should be fine. But all right, so this is going to be the liner for our book. We're going to put it right in here like this. Oh, this is so fun. I love the fact that I am able to use one of these fabric things that I made. I thought I was going to have to try and figure out how I wanted to cut this up. But honestly, this is so much better. I had the idea on the video. You guys heard me. You could fold it into a little booklet. And then after I turned the camera off, which by the way was like 10 minutes ago, after I turned the camera off, I said, what if we did? What if we turned it into a booklet? So here we go. I'm going to turn it into a booklet. Oh, you know what I should do? Oh, no, there's tape down the middle. I was going to say I should take. I will say this. We are going to have a pause in this video like we did in the original video because I am going to let this completely dry before I fold it. And the next step I want to do, I want the glue try for also. So I'm going to put this down. We're going to get it all glued on there and all cleaned up, all the strings cut and everything like that. And then I'm going to wander off. I'll probably go make dinner and let this dry. And then I will come back and we will finish it up. This is so much fun. I love this idea. Okay. So I just want to get all the seams sandwiched down. Everything sandwiched down real good. Make sure it's on the paper. Seems to be a little crooked. I found my bone folder, by the way. Ooh, it's coming out all over my fibers. That I didn't want, but I want it to be stuck, so. All right, let me get my rag. Okay, so the next thing I would do is clean this up. I don't want any residual glue in here because this is going to be where I put the pockets. And I would prefer no glue, right? Okay, so we have that. We have that. I think blue got all those fuzzies up there, but I don't know that I'm going to be able to do anything about that. Okay. Guys, how much fun is this going to be? Okay, let me see. Don't fold it. This is probably going to be my front. Probably. Yeah, I think this, because that'll be on the front. And I like that. Okay, so this is where we are right now. I'm going to cut the strings, and then I'm going to go probably make dinner and all that sort of thing. And I'll get back with you when this is dry and I can, I'm going to tell you because I'm going to do it and then come back on camera. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put these over like this. And because the book is sewn, it was sewn all the way around. I'm going to sew up here and I'm going to sew up here. So the book will have framing all the way around. And that way I can put stitches there. It'll hold these in place like matchbook, but I'm going to glue them down. So I'm going to let the glue dry. I'm going to stitch it. I'm going to bring it back to you. And oh, I made that the top. Because otherwise those numbers will be upside down. Question is, do I care? And the answer may be maybe not. No, you know what? I wonder if I can I tear this? Is it? Yeah. And then fray it. There, that'll be all right. Cut that out. Okay. Okay. So I will be back with you. I'm going to go make myself something to eat. Well, not myself. I'm going to go make dinner. And when I see you again, that will be all stitched up and we'll be ready to go with making the booklet. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited. Okay. So we'll come back and we'll do this and I'll see you soon. Okay. Here it is. So these are sewn on either side. Now all we have to do is glue them. I did backstitch at the ends, but I forgot to backstitch at the front. So the front end of the stitch where I started it is not backstitched. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe I can, figure out a way to glue it down in the decorating. But in the meantime, we're going to clip these to get them out of here. And then we are going to glue the pocket flaps down. Now, if you really wanted to, I didn't line the back of these, so I won't do it with this one. But you could just kind of like tuck stuff under there and it would stay. And then you could put a little clip on here and it would hold it in. But technically these are tuckable. But because I didn't line these and there's a possibility of flipping them back and you seeing that, I'm going to go ahead and glue them. So we're going to glue right along the stitching. So it is going to make what you can glue in here shorter. That's okay though. I could get little Project Life cards in there or something like that. Okay, so we're going to glue those shut. Guys, I'm so excited about this little project here. I wasn't expecting to be able to come off of the Making From My Mess, like the first video that I did, come off with an idea for a project to complete. I put too much glue there because I didn't see that it was coming out and I don't want it to ooze into the pocket. So we're just going to take a little bit of it off. Okay. Now, I have a pocket and a pocket. So there's those. Now, I did say these numbers are going to be upside down, so I don't know. I may leave them like that. Adds character. But I want this to be on the front. And I think that requires the numbers to be upside down. Okay, so it just is what it is, I suppose. Yeah, that's folding along there. Okay, so there's our booklet. How cute is that? All right, now we're going to put some pages in it. So let's get... I do want to put some of this in there. So what I was thinking was, we said this was 5 3/4 high, right? I don't know why I'm sticking it in there. So what I'm thinking is maybe 5.5 inches high is what will make the pages. So I'm going to turn this way, and I'm going to cut, how much do I have? Well, not quite. All right. I'm going to cut this 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. We're going to cut it right here. And get this. Okay. It's already folded in half. So then we put it on here like this. And I'll mark with a pencil. It's going to go in. It's going to get sewn in there. And we're going to cut it short of the cover. I don't want it to stick out of the cover. So we're going to cut it short of the cover. All right, so we're going to put that there, and we're going to go like this. And we're going to cut it. Okay, and that's one. Guys, I love how this is turning out. I haven't even done anything with it, and I love how it's turning out. Now, these might be too tall. Yeah, they are. To go in there. All right, I'm going to hang on to those. This, I mean, it could be pages in here. It could also be cut for cards to go in the side. Because look, that fits in there. So we'll see on that one. Let's see what else we got. No, I don't think I'll do that. But we might do a piece of this. Let's cut it on this side. This is a bunch of like coffee dyed cardstock that I had done that was kind of sitting and that I haven't been using. So I'm just grabbing out some pieces that kind of go color wise with what we're working on here. Get my big one. We want a strip that is, again, 5.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. I'm sure I asked in the first half. It's been a few hours since I was up here doing the first half of this video. So I'm sure. Oh, how wide? Let's see how wide I made these. Maybe this will have a measurement to it. Look at that. It does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 inches wide. So we're making these 5.5 by 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. We have that. Okay, let's see what else. All right. Oh, if we're going to make this a proper journal. Can I put some of this in there? It's got the right colors, but I feel like the style is wrong. It's hard. I don't know that I want any more card. No. Card. That's more like journaling style paper. Might do 2 of those actually. I think this is all cardstock back here. For that one, which I'm also not going to use. Okay, let me get this up out of the way. All right, so we're going to cut this. I'm going to cut 5.5, and then I'm going to cut 5.5 again, and we're going to get 2 out of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.5. And a half, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the reason I'm doing this is because the top of this is all torn up from being where it was being stored. It got beat up some. And I feel like this will make 2 good writing sheets because the rest of the paper that I want to put in here is going to be like book page and stuff like that. So I'm going to try and cut 2 of these at once. What do you think, guys? Think we can do it? 12, 19. We wanted it 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Just making sure. Count twice, cut once, you know, all that sort of thing. Okay. Those. And we'll fold one this way, maybe we'll fold the other one the other way. One this way and one this way, and we'll stick them in the book in different spots. Okay. So all right. Starting to get quite the little signature here. I might get some more writing paper in there, but for now, I wanted to check. First of all, I have some. All right, I know I went quiet on you. I'm searching for anything I might want to, you know, add to the mix here. There's some coffee dye down in here. Oh, these are actually, let's pull these out because maybe I'll use some of that kit, that coffee dyed kit in here. It's one of my journaling kits. It's my Cozy Autumn Tea kit. So hey, let me see what we got here. I think it might be kind of fun to have some of this in here. All right, wait. What do I have? This and this. This one. All right, so we're making it, it's folding this way. So I have to make it, too bad I'm not cutting it. We'll have to look at some of the other ones. One, two, three, four, five. What if I just make these 5? Oh, sorry, I want the pots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. I'm gonna go a half. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said a half and went all the way to the 6. I mean, at least it would have been too big and I could have just cut more off, but still. Paying attention, paying attention. Okay, so we take that off. Oh, well, to cut it to fit. Now, see, I didn't even think about that, but to cut it to fit, we're going to make this fold. This is going to be opening journal space because I don't want to cut those are the decorations. I don't want to cut those off. So you'll sew it in like this, and then these will open for journal space. That'll be kind of cute. All right, so where do I want to put this? We're going to put this right here. No, we are going to put this right here. No, inside here. There. Yeah, that'll work. Okay. Oh, I can feel my nose. My nose is going. It's running for the hills. Okay. Now for this one, I would end up cutting into that. What if that's going to turn the teapot on its side, but do we care in this instance? What do you think? Easy. What's this one? Oh, that's the teapot. Still cutting that in half. It's going to cut the It's going to cut the teapot in half, but yeah, I don't want to do that one. All right, let's do this one. We're going to cut it. This should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. Half 1, 2, 3, 4. Not quite 5. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try this again. All right, so if I go right in there like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna cut it right there. This is the one I can get to easiest, so this is what we're using. Sorry, that's me finagling the middle. That. And then these should fit, right? No, they don't. They're half an inch too wide. So I'm not going to look. I'm just going to cut. I'm going to cut off half an inch here. And I'm going to cut off half an inch here. So I'm not going to look. Okay, now I think this might look cute out here. With the colors. Yeah, that goes nice. Okay, and then in here, we'll put this one, and I'll get something to go behind it other than coffee dyed against coffee dyed. I don't like that. But that puts 3 pages from this kit in here. So this is my Cozy Autumn Tea kit, and I coffee dyed it, and it's on regular copy paper. That's why it fits that. So it's this. Oh, we might have to find some book page to fit there. Then this opens and this opens, and then you've got this here. That, and then in here we're going to need something. Okay. So let's look real quick, and we're almost done putting this together. Oh, you know what? I needed to get my hot glue. You know what? While I'm looking, I'm going to do this. I'm going to need hot glue to glue that little ring shut so it doesn't. Okay. And then we're going to put a little, we'll put some sort of closure on here too. I don't know that I'll do that. We might choose all the pages and then I'll show you the finished product in the next video. Because I know I'm going 20 minutes here and I don't know how long we went fixing up the cover at the beginning, and I don't know. We'll see. I want other pages, so let me think what I've got. Do I want to put music or music page in? So we're going to pull from this. I'm going to find, oh, perfect. I need 2. So basically what I'm going to do is, I think I can cut this in half. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So at the 5-inch mark, right? So these are going to be 5 inches tall rather than 5.5. And then they should already be, I'm hoping they're not brittle. I'm hoping this folds. It doesn't crack. Okay, nope, it folded. And then it fits, right? Yep. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. And then I said I was going to put one just inside here. Like so. Break this up. And we'll add some more. I'll try and add some more color to some of these spots as well. And then we're going to put one right in here. To add to break up the coffee. Right now, it's all very neutral, but we'll be fixing that later on. And then all I have to do is, I actually don't want to bind it yet because I'm thinking I might get some lace or some trims and go over to the sewing machine and put some trims on some of these pages, especially like the music pages or some of the plain pages for coffee dyeing. So we might edge some of them. And I'm going to do that on the sewing machine. But that is an adorable little booklet. And then I'll find something to tuck in these pockets. And I mean, you've got several pages here of journaling space. Even some of these are journaling space. You fold that out. And hey guys, I'm back. So as I told you before, I was going to choose some fibers and put them under my sewing machine and sew this thing together. So I finished it and I wanted to give you a peek. So this is the finished front. Well, I mean, it would get a book plate or a title or something. But I stuck with the colors, and we've got little red flowers and little yellow flowers with opposite gems. Some pearls on here just to decorate up this piece of ribbon with the trim. As you can see, I sewed it with, this is embroidered. Well, actually, I guess this is cross-stitch thread. And basically, I slid it through some beeswax. I waxed it. And yeah, and then I chose fibers. As you can see, all the lace here. So I chose fibers for the edges of the pages, and we're going to go inside and take a look. So this is the signature that we put together. This is my Autumn Tea digital kit. which I coffee dyed, and then I put some crocheted lace on the back. Now, what I discovered is, because I've told you before that I don't like it when you punch through, the hole on the reverse side looks tattered and torn because it's the side with the punch with the paper on it where you've punched through. Well, what I did was I put the lace on this side and then I sewed on this side so that I wasn't getting the punch through from the needle on the paper side. And I like the way that turned out. So the seam here looks finished. And I did backstitch on these because there was going to be no more gluing or anything. And I wasn't sure how the stitch was going to hold. So I went ahead and backstitched on most of these. And also, like I said, stitching backwards. On here, you can't tell. So you got that. And then I decorated this with some... So I put the ribbon on this side and a little bit of red trim on this side. I sewed on this side of the page and zigzag stitched it on there. And then you got the ribbon up this side, which I think turned out really cute with the music. On this one, so I did, oops, must be some glue. Okay, so I did, those are going to have to be trimmed. But I took this lace and I glued it on here, and then I put some ribbon on top, and then I sewed from this side. I sewed my I don't know if you can see that. My sewing machine has a wavy stitch. I don't know if you can see it on this side, just barely. On the other side, you can kind of see it in the red. See that wavy stitch that goes up along there, which I thought was kind of cute with the ladybugs, like they were walking in a little path. So that's what I did on that one. And again, I sewed from the paper side through to the ribbon side. So that's actually the underside of the stitch. This is going to have to be trimmed. So I'm going to have to cut that. I might cut it with some, I don't cut very straight with them, but I might cut it with some like decorative scissors. Give it a shot. I don't know. You know what I wish they made? I wish you could get like decal cut roller blades and that sort of thing. I wish they made those. I think those would be really nice because then you could put this down, put a ruler, and still do a straight edge, but you could get a decorative edge with it. So I really wish that somebody, I think Fiskars used to, but I don't know that they do anymore. And the only thing I can ever find is the one that makes the perforations because I guess it's a common use, but anyway, okay, back to what we were doing. This one I just put ribbon on, and again, I sewed on the paper side through to the ribbon side. That was just to decorate the journaling page, and then this side, of course, is also journaling. This is the cardstock, and on this one, I did a pocket. There is no like fancy edge on this one. I did a pocket here with some, this is seam binding lace and just a little vintage, and then I put a little piece of paper in there. I used that paper in here, I think. Maybe. Yeah, right there. So it was a piece of this paper. Right there. Okay, and then this one I did the same. I put the lace on this side. I sewed on this side through to the lace. Did I use different? I seem to have used different. No, that's a different sheet. I am losing it. Guys, I'm losing it. I used two pieces of this, so it confused me. All right, and then we open up and we have more music sheet. Here I did, this one was actually a piece of some sort of vintage trim with some ribbon. And then on this side, that yellow and white rickrack with the black stitching in it. And I stitched on the rickrack side, which is why you have this line here. I wanted to catch the rickrack. I don't mind the white stitch through the black trim. That doesn't bother me. I actually kind of like, because I put the checkerboard there, so it kind of goes, and I'm okay with it. And I really like the yellow and black and white rickrack. So I wanted to do something different for this music, because I already used the red ribbon on the other music. Okay, here's the ladybugs again. We use them, and this is a wider crochet trim. This again is another piece from my autumn tea kit, Cozy Autumn Tea. If you go in my shop, you'll be able to find this kit. I coffee dyed it. And again, we have the, I think on this one, I don't remember which way I sewed. I sewed here because I wanted to stay right along the edge of the ribbon on both sides. So I sewed ribbon up and into the lace on the other side. But like I said, having the cloth there keeps that poked through look of the paper from being obvious. Okay, and then we're going to come back through and it's going to be the opposite sides of the paper, which should match their counterparts. I just did the same thing, except for this one. So for this one where I did a pocket on the other side using the same thing, I took seam binding and some other lace and I kind of ruffled them just messy with my hand and shoved them under my sewing machine as they went. So like I didn't ruffle it first and like pin it together or anything or stitch it or glue it or anything like that. I just kind of messy shoved it through my sewing machine and it came out like this, and I stuck one of those flowers in the middle to kind of carry over from the other side. And this is another piece of that paper. This paper has actually some of the mica spray on it. So it's like got this shimmer. I don't think you'll be able to see it on camera, but I moved up. It's got a shimmer to it. So I keep forgetting the top, this is a square like this. The top of this square is not in my camera, and I'll have to keep that in mind. Okay, anyway, so back to where we were. So this is just going to be a repeat of all the decorations you've seen. Again, this needs trimming. The wavy stitch again. The zigzag of the red trim onto the back of the ribbon piece. And then we're back to the beginning. So this is how the booklet turned out, guys. I'm really pleased with it. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the ends of the little strings here, but I'll probably dangle something on them. And I just wanted to show you, I know at the beginning of this video, because I filmed this over the course of a couple of days, I know at the beginning of this video I was talking about this being a Making From My Mess 61 add-on, but I think this is a project in and of itself. So you can take your fabric pieces and you can make little journal covers out of them. And this is how the journal comes out. So this is going to be, this is Making From My Mess 62. We did a journal cover and a journal. And again, we did use, so included in fabric, I would include ribbon and trims because they are a form of fabric and you use them in fabric. So you can make little mini journals, make your cover, work it with all kinds of stuff. Make sure you do your page edges all nice with all kinds of trim. I love this little booklet. I'm dying to get out some strips of paper and make more of these. I love it. I can't say enough. And I wrapped it around and I've got two little tucks here which don't have anything in them yet, but they will. And I'm ecstatic. I think I'm going to make like 100 of these. This is so far, and we've only done 2 videos. This is my favorite way to use the patchwork stuff. I love them. I love them. I love them. So give this a shot. Get out your fabric scraps and a long piece of paper. So that's what I did this with. This was, if you stretched it out, it's a full 12-inch piece of paper. And you cover the whole piece with fabric scrap, and then you fold it up, and there you have it. Now, if you want, you can pay attention to the fact that the 6-inch mark, whatever you put there, but that's it, guys. So I'm going to let you go. God bless you for being here, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.